Malbat is my name. I'm the CEO with Prebuilt. I have a commercial background and residential of about 30 years in the construction industry. I've been here at Prebuilt for 3 years. So Rob and Christiana Calhoun started the company 23 years ago here in the Kilsyth area. So we're a privately owned business. We own our own facility here at Kilsyth, which is a 10-acre facility with over 10,000 square metres of buildings where we manufacture our homes, and also external space for storage and laydown area. So this has allowed for us to complete up to 10 commercial buildings at once, and also to complete half a dozen homes at once at least, and more in the future. The business has progressively grown. In the last 3 or 4 years, it's grown quite a bit, doing more homes and commercial work. Right now we have over 80 modules in the factory being completed. It's a mixture of school buildings, a hotel, and several homes as well. We've been one of the founders of the modern era of prefabrication here in Australia. We're very focused on the client's relationship and making sure that we deliver to the client what we say we're going to do, working with them on what their needs are, making sure we bespoke design the home for their needs. They're here with us the whole time. They're right involved in the selection of all the internals and the fit out and finish. And indeed, they come into the factory once or twice during the build and can physically see the building that's been put together. So we have our own certified designers here with us. We have our own structural drafting people where we effectively work hand in glove with a client, have our own internal interior designers to make sure we design the home per the clear direction for each client. So I think that's one area we're really client focused, and an organisation that wants to look after the client as best we can.
Hi, I'm Glenn Cooper. I'm the construction manager here at Prebuilt. Worked in the industry for over 40 years now. I've had about 5 or 6 years in hard and fast modular construction. I've had experience in high-rise construction, along with a lot of schools, kindergartens and domestic houses. Here at Prebuilt, I have a team that sit below me of about 35 people. We manufacture all of our own modules here right from the very start. I think the thing with all of our modular residents is they're designed to be as effective as they can be in terms of size and cost, in terms of the transport and the logistical elements, making sure materials are minimised in wastage, and most importantly, they fit onto the block and are aesthetically pleasing. The process typically for a house is 10 to 12 weeks. We manufacture the steel, we do all the welding, all the connections. We make the frames and then we put the steel frames together. Second part of that is to get the wall frames installed. We put the isolation wrap on the outside, we get all the insulation in, we put the windows in. We then will have the external cladding happening. We'll have the roofing happening. We're working in a controlled environment, so we're inside a factory, so weather is just not an issue, and part of that is that our trades love working here because they know they've got guaranteed work. They're not affected by the weather at all, which keeps the cost of our product very competitive.
If you have a client that has a property, maybe it's in rural areas or maybe it's in a lifestyle property on a farm or potentially on a coastal area in New South Wales, on any of the cliff tops around Sydney where you've got difficult access, these are the times that modular building really comes into its own. We've just recently put a home into Mossman. We put the home in there up to 12 months faster and up to 25% less costly in those sort of high cost areas. If you've got a location that's maybe difficult to get access to, difficult to get builders to respond to, or indeed in an area that's got a high land value, then indeed we can be very competitive. Some previous projects that sort of illustrate, I guess, the question of why would you use modular. One of them is in Malvern for the Liu family. They really wanted to work with a modern method of construction. They really wanted to have a lot of detailed hands-on work to go into the scope of the project, the environmental savings for the project, and that was really important for them. It was quite a strong urban area, difficult to get into, and also at the time we're going through a time when quite a lot of conventional builders were running into financial difficulties. So they came to us and were able to be successful doing that. Another example is Mount Buller. So we put a chalet into Mount Buller. Again, you've got a construction time frame there which starts pretty much the end of November and goes through till the end of April, beginning of May. So it's a short time frame. We're able to put in an entire chalet there in one summer season. Typically in the Alpine area, it takes at least 2 or 3 summer seasons to be able to finish a building. So that's another example of getting access into an area where labour is difficult, either through access or indeed because of the snow and the mountain conditions. Time is short, hence time is a real benefit for modular construction.
One of the things our design team does is they work with external consultants to make sure we fully comply with things such as fire regulations, Section J, which is all about sustainability and the environment for housing. When those documents come over to the construction team, we're then able to work with the design team all the way through from the commencement of the building, securing the materials we need, manufacturing the house modules, and then taking it out to site and completing it. There's a whole series of quality assurance checks that we do from every stage of the project, be it waterproofing, be it the installation of windows, the kitchen tiling, the kitchen benches. All of those things are looked at from a quality aspect. From there, our quality assurance is getting checked on a daily basis. We run a quality assurance program. We have an independent quality assurance officer that works for us so that everything is recorded, which minimises any problems we have in the future with our product. To complete the products, we'll do most of the floorboards. So the houses are going to site 90% finished, with the exception of where the buildings join onto each other. And that typically allows us to do a 4 to 6 week completion once the building's installed. We work a lot with our transport companies and crane companies so that we deal with the logistical elements. Some sites are really tight, some sites are really distant in where we've got to travel to.
A very important sector for our company is the education sector, and we've done many buildings across Victoria and New South Wales in the school sector. And very importantly is with the Victorian Schools Board Authority and the kindergarten rollout that's been going on. We started building Victorian government schools, I think about 7 years ago. And the last few years we've done quite a lot of work for them. The first range was last year in the 25-26 kinder rollout, where we put a 2-classroom kindergarten into Echuca, also into Whitfield and also into Kerang in Victoria, and a 3-classroom kinder into Mildura. This was a very successful set of projects. We completed them ready for day 1, term 1 in 2025. This led on to additional work where we've been involved in putting 7 buildings into Point Cook. So Point Cook is a Victorian government new school, and we're involved in doing over 5,000 square metres of modular school buildings, where we started construction in February, and we've handed the facilities over to effectively ready for the client by November. And today we're happily in the factory. We've got 2 additional new kindergartens going in for COS 26-27, one going to Glengala in the north part of the city, and one going to Ardea as well. So we're very pleased about that work. Additional schools, we've just finished a school in New South Wales and Charlton Christian College, which is a tremendous school. It's a 6-classroom school, double storey with an elevator, and a significant amount of civil works to be done as well. So overall, we're pleased about that and certainly looking forward to doing more schools in the future.